Hello, viewers. My name is Patrick with Amazing Picture Studios.
And I'm Dan, and today we're going to show you the transit station idea that I came up with a long time ago, but Patrick refined it a little bit and made it more cool and awesome, as you can see. I'll hand it over to him. He'll describe the overview, and I'll go over the more technical details of this design.
Alright, so pretty much, after we created the Titan's gravity engine, which is based off of one of our old designs, like pre-video filming designs that we never actually made for prime time because it was largely unfinished because it was uncontrollable. Refined later with the update with the Titan and all that. So we actually thought in our original design, wouldn't it be cool for the smaller ships that are not big enough to have its own gravity-based engine be able to use the gravity to go. Now with that task in mind, I went ahead and took that idea and I refined it into this. Right now this is the pretty much proof of concept idea. I have other plans on what to do with this, but that will be in a later video. This is just proof of concept that you could actually do this. This is the transit relay. Literally, a transit relay is kind of like the mass relay from Mass Effect. You know, it's a sitting object in space that can propel your ship to high speeds. And this was my design I came up with. Literally, this is several levels of gravity generators. This is mainly just what I call the primary engine room. Well, not primary engine room. The primary generator for the station that provides power to all these gravity generators and the limited lighting. Because I do not plan this on being an active vessel. The only reasons these are in here is for maintenance purposes.
Yep.
So pretty much this contains some... Hang on, I'm gonna go ahead and look in here. Where is it? 66 gravity generators. All put one in each room on the decks below. If we just go down, I'll just show you this room because all the rooms are the exact same. Well, not one generator, but three. All the rooms are the exact same. You got 3 generators, window looking out, and I don't know, that's just for aesthetic purposes. I might cover it up. I don't know. But yeah, literally this thing is just a giant gravity slingshot in a way. Now this proof of concept definitely goes to show that we could use our gravity generator engines to propel other ships rather than just the ship the gravity generator is on. Now the problem that it brings up is several ships aren't going to be able to use this, but well, with bigger ships only having one gravity generator won't be able to propel a smaller ship. So my next problem I need to solve is how I'm going to put engines on this and make it work as its own functional ship.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
I'll probably get to later. No, anyway. We'll take you over here. This is the retrofitted Dodger. Now you guys remember the Dodger from the old video. It was colored white. Well, sticking with my general color system, all white ships are civilian. I made the Dodger a military ship. Mainly just because that this ship is going to be a military-used tugboat to transport the modules for logistics. And we're going to go in and I'm just going to show you a few things that I changed. Now, the biggest thing is that the addition of these exterior gravity blocks.
Yeah, artificial mass blocks.
I'm gonna go over a few things when I get in. Pretty much, all I really changed with the design was I removed some of the extra engine that wasn't needed, added in some cargo spacing. I lessened the number of gyros. And place them in a more compact area because it was already very maneuverable as is without the extra gyros. I added in more storage for personal or gear needed by the fleet, and then I added in the color coding to the doors for aesthetic purposes. More aesthetics as in light sunroofs, not really sunrooms, more like just top windows, so that way the crew can look out. And then red lights on the interior for aesthetic purposes. I like to think that red is a good color to have on the bridge, especially if you're wanting to stay quiet. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the pilot seat. Dan, if you go ahead and hop in the co-pilot. All right. So we're gonna go over what we do for prepping for transport. Now, when we transport, we have 12 mass engines that our wonderful co-pilot will add on. I'm gonna turn off cabin gravity because that fucks with it. Now I'm going to go ahead, before I turn off cabin gravity, I'm going to go ahead and say, stow away for transport. Call it stow away for transport. It gives the crew 10 seconds to prepare for zero grav, or 10 to 30 seconds to prepare for zero grav and to prep the mass engine. So I'll call prepare for transport, turn off cabin gravity. Say 10 seconds have already went by. All right, go ahead and enable mass engines. I'm going to be accelerating at 10 to mass relay.
All right. Well, I'm turning on the gravity engines right now, or rather they're called artificial mass blocks in the game, but we call them gravity blocks just because they're affected by gravity. And mainly the reason why we have gravity blocks is so they can interact with the transit relays.
Are we prepped for transit yet, though?
Propel us forward. Yes, we are ready for transport.
All right, ready for transit. Now, you see the acceleration on this thing isn't that great, and this thing does take a very skilled pilot to maneuver due to the fact that it kind of gets uncontrollable at times. So we're prepping for transport, hitting the relay. We're now accelerating. Here we go. And we exceeded max speed, and now we're shooting off at 104. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn my view out, so that way you can see how much distance I'm making just from that one little hop. Now imagine that as a form to get around for smaller ships that are unable to use this. Now realistically, this would be a lot easier to do if you have these things set up in a circuit amongst several mining colonies or space stations. But unfortunately, there's no real point of putting one 8,000 meters the other way just to turn back. Now the next issue that I need to face is we're gonna need to make it to where I could turn that thing, because let's say I don't want to go this way. I will need to go to the other side. Well, that's why I'm gonna try and make the transit relay into its own ship with the ability to turn and everything. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and start flying back. If you look at the speed, our acceleration is actually fairly slow, and the second we hit the center of the relay, our speed jumped up exponentially. Which
in fact, it went very fast.
Very nice. And the proof of concept is a very good proof of concept to show that you can take one of these smaller ships that cannot have a gravity drive and be able to piggyback off of another ship's gravity drive. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm Patrick with Amazing Picture Studios.
And I'm Dan.
Have a good one.